Hi, welcome to Soon Repeat. Today I've got a fun challenge, how to make spelt pancakes without any eggs. That's right. Do you ever wake up and you think, I want pancakes, and then you go, wow, I have no eggs, I can't be bothered going to the shops. I've been testing 5 different ways to make spelt pancakes without eggs. That's right. And if you stick around to the end, I'll share which is my favorite. So let's get cooking. So my spelt pancake challenge without eggs today, the first one I'm going to do is with what's called a flax egg. A flax egg is ground flaxseed mixed with water. So we've got a little cup here. So I'm going to put a tablespoon of ground flax seeds, which is sometimes called linseed in some countries. So you pop that into a little container, and then you grab a tablespoon and add just 3 tablespoons of water. And you mix that up and you set it aside. I usually pop it in the fridge, and you can do it overnight or you can do it for about 10-15 minutes. And it comes out like this, which is kind of like a gel-like substance, and that replaces the eggs. So in here I've got 1 cup of spelt flour, so that's about 140 grams. And into that I'm doing my fluffy spelt pancake recipe from my other video, which is ½ teaspoon of baking soda and ½ teaspoon of bicarb soda. Now, some people say to me, why don't I put salt in it? I just don't really love the salty flavour, but feel free at this stage if you want to add a pinch of salt or a ¼ teaspoon of salt. I never think it needs it. So let's just move those scales out of the way. And then we've got the flax egg, as I said before, the one we've prepared before. And then I've got milk. I use oat milk, but feel free to use whatever milk you like. I always start with about 150 mils, which is just a little bit over ½ cup, and mix that around. Then if I need more, I add a little bit more. And it also depends on how thick you like your pancakes. Some people like them super thick, some people like them thin. So we're just going to add a little bit more milk. It's another 50 mil. The perfect thing about the flax egg is that using flax seeds, it adds a little bit of fibre and nutrition to your pancake batter. And you can add cinnamon, which is what I often do. I often add a sprinkle of cinnamon. But let's just set that one aside. So for my second recipe, I'm doing soda water, or you can do sparkling water. So let's pop a cup of flour in there. And again, I'm doing spelt flour, but you can use your own favourite flour. Regular plain flour is fine, and that usually measures out to be about 140 grams. Once again, we've got ½ teaspoon of baking powder and ½ teaspoon of bicarb, and we sparkle our own water here with our soda stream. So I'll do the milk first. So grab the milk. I've got 150 mils to start with again. And when I did my first test, I did about ½ cup of soda water, and it was too much. So I'm just using 1/4 cup of soda water. Move our scales out of the way. I've got a tiny bench and there's so much on it. So let's just mix that around. And you just stir it till you have no lumps left in it. Our second batter done with soda water. Grab another bowl, and we've got another cup of flour. We're going to have so many pancakes here today. I think we'll do pancakes for lunch. And we're going to do apple puree. So I've got 150 mils again of water. Oh, before we do that, I've got to do our baking powder, baking soda, 150 mils of the milk. And if oat milk's not your thing, you can use regular milk or your favourite plant-based milk. And I need another whisk, running out of whisks. And I've got 1/4 cup of pureed apples. There's a brand here that is sugar-free, so I've just purchased a store-bought apple puree that's sugar-free. You can use sugar-free apple baby food. You can puree your own apples. Just going to put a dash more milk. Set those ones aside. Next option is apple cider vinegar. So I'm putting a cup of flour. That wasn't quite a cup. I'll just put a little bit more. We've got our ½ teaspoon of baking powder, ½ teaspoon of baking soda, or bicarb soda as they call it here, and I need to use this whisk. So what I'll do is I'll grab a tablespoon and pop a tablespoon of my apple cider vinegar into my milk. And actually might let that sit there for a few minutes. So we're going to come back to that one. So let's just park that there for now. And I'm going to flick over and do the other one. So I'm going to do one with banana. So let's whisk our baking soda up. We'll put our 150 mils of milk in, mash up a banana. So what I'll do is I'm going to mash it with my hands into the banana skin. Just grab a small bowl. Just pop this into a small bowl first to mash it a little bit more. Smooth those out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. So pop that in, and I've run out of my clear bowls. So in goes the banana. Just mix that up a bit. And we will need a little bit more milk, so I'm just going to put another dash of milk. So that's about 1/4 cup, 50 mils. I've got some lumpy bits, but I think that's the banana, not the flour. So try and mix those a bit smoother. I think that'll be all right. Banana ones are done. Okay, back to the apple cider one. So we'll grab our last cup of flour. Let's just use up all of my container. In the meantime, I'm just going to get some, I've got a fry pan at the back there, my crepe pan. I'm going to put my other fry pan on to heat up. So let's do a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, baking powder. When I made these in my test run, it needed a little bit of spice to counteract the vinegar flavour. So I'm just going to do 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, and you can do more or less. I'm going to do 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And we're going to throw in this milk. Let's put that on the bowl so I remember. Usually I'd wait a bit longer for the vinegar to coagulate. I think that's the right word. Kind of makes the milk go all gluggy, but I'm just going to crack on, and I need a whisk. So let's mix this up and just put another little dash of milk. I'm going to do a little quick clean up. Time to start cooking. So let's do the mashed banana one first, just because the bowl's closest to me. So I've got a 1/4 cup scoop here, and I'll just put one there. The pan's on like a medium heat. And on the pan behind me, I'm going to do a few more just to crack on with it. So I'm going to do the apple cider vinegar one. And I'm going to do the soda water one as well. So let's keep an eye on this banana one. So with the fruit ones, I think I need to cook them a little bit more. So I'm going to let that sit for a bit longer. So many different options. I've got to make sure I don't get confused. Keep an eye on those ones. So I've got the soda water one here, and I've got the, what's the other one? The apple cider vinegar. Because I'm cooking and filming and I'm a one-man band, you can't see what's happening over here, but the apple cider vinegar one is puffing up a lot. And that's what happened when I cooked it the first time. So let's get the banana one out. So now let's cook one of these apple ones. The note on my plate. So that's our apple cider vinegar one. A little note. And the soda water one's quite puffy as well. The last one I've got to do is the flax one, isn't it? Let's grab that. Mix it around a bit more. So the apple puree, like the banana, will need to be cooked a bit longer. Let's check out the soda water one behind me. That's looking quite puffy. So that's soda water. The texture of the apple puree one cooked really well. So the last one is the flax eggs. So I've got my 1/4 cup cleaned. This one's ready to flip over. It's about 2 minutes either side. Sometimes I get a bit impatient and want to get it out sooner. And that's the flax seed. So let's cut into them and check out what they look like on the inside. I'm going to turn that off for now, and I'll finish cooking them all later on. think I need a little bit of butter though. The flaxseed. I might have rushed cooking that. It's kind of fluffy and light. It's definitely light and fluffy. I like that one. I just think I didn't cook it enough. Soda water. Super light and fluffy. That tastes great. I really like the texture of that one. Let's do the apple cider vinegar. Like the soda water one, it's quite light and fluffy. That's good. I've got the hint of the vanilla, which kind of counteracts the vinegar flavour. Don't know if it's just in my imagination, but I really like that one as well. Okay, apple puree. More moist inside. Let me do another bite. Better than the first time I cooked it. Not bad. You get a hint of apple. It's a little bit gummier than the soda water, but still pretty good. Okay, mashed banana. You definitely have the fruit flavour of the mashed banana. And it is moist and a little bit gummy like the apple one. But if you like banana, it's pretty good. So just before we go, I thought I'd zoom in and show you what the banana one looks like. So the texture, you can see the fruit and it's still quite fluffy and light. So I think that was a hit. Apple puree, not as light and fluffy. I think I might have undercooked that one. But again, the taste was pretty good. One of my favourite ones, apple cider vinegar. Look how fluffy that is. Really super fluffy. Soda water. I was super surprised at this one when I first made it. I think that's my favourite one. It's just so simple, like water. Who would have thought water could do what an egg does and make it go light and fluffy? I'm not a chemist, but I love how you can do different things with different ingredients to get a result. And finally, the flax one. Probably the best if you want nutrition and fibre. Look at that fluffy, spongy texture. So there's my 5 recipes and 5 options. So my favourites. I would probably go, number 1 is the soda water. Number 2 is the apple cider vinegar. Number 3 is flaxseed. Number 4 is apple puree. And number 5 is banana. But give one of the recipes, or give all of them a go at home and give me an idea on what your favourite one is. I'll crack on cooking and do a few more for lunch. But I hope you've enjoyed my how to make a spelt flour pancake without eggs, or just any pancake without eggs. Try one of these options at home. Got 5 ways of doing it. Soda water or sparkling water, apple cider vinegar, or you can use regular vinegar and lemon juice. What else we got? Got the flaxseed, ground flaxseed, apple puree, and the mashed banana. Thanks for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed this challenge, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Oh, I'll pop the original recipe for my spelt flour pancakes above, and I've also got a buckwheat one for anyone that loves buckwheat. I'll see you next time. Bye. Heat that up again.